Yeah, hi. Good evening, everyone. We will start the live class today, and we will focus on what is needed in order to succeed in your learning. Yeah, so that's what we are going to focus. So again, let's allow 5 minutes for everyone to join in. So in that time, I would request you to type in what you are, what is your profession. If you are a site engineer, please type in site engineer. If you are a structural engineer, type in you are a structural engineer. If you are assistant professor or a teacher, type in that so that I understand the mix of this particular group. So can you do that? Please type in your profession. Can you hear me? So can you type in your profession in the chat box so that I think I have enabled the chat right now. It was disabled. I have enabled it. So please type in your profession so that I understand the mix of the audience. So there is a civil engineer, Akhil. Lakshmi says design engineer. I can't read everybody's message. Yeah, but I can see uh, a 40th student, an irrigation engineer, an assistant professor. So there is a good mix of audience. That's what I wanted to know so that I can focus my speaking to suit everyone or the maximum audience. Yeah, so it's all of BIM modeler is existing here in the group. There is an assistant design engineer, QA QZ engineer. Yeah, so we have a good mix of audience. So let me share my screen and let's start this. Already we have waited for everybody. Yeah, so those who have to join have joined. So give me one more minute to open this up. I hope you can see my screen. Type yes if you can see the screen over here. All of you, can you see the screen? Say yes if you are able to see the screen. Okay, so generally these Friday sessions we have named it CivilEra structural moment. Some of you who have been in the group for some time knows about that. Yeah, and it is called CivilEra structural moment. Yeah, it's a moment where we are going to learn, we are going to discuss a lot of things, and that's the reason we call it a structural moment. So today what we are going to discuss is how to succeed in learning. Yeah, we are not going to get anything technical today. We are mostly focusing on the mindset. Yeah, what makes you successful, what makes you maybe fail in the learning attempt. Yeah, so this is what we are going to discuss in this live session today. So structural engineering is a great profession, as I always tell. If you have attended my previous webinars, I repeat this. Tell me if you agree with the statement. Say yes if you think structures is a great profession. Civil as such, of course. It is challenging, it is a responsible profession, it's a satisfying profession, and it is a rewarding profession. Say yes if you think it is a satisfying profession. Say no if you think that it is not a great profession. It's up to you. So let me see how many of you agree with this statement and how many of you do not. So a lot of answers here. All are yes as of now. Yoganand, Abdu says 100%. Vinod says yes. Yeah. So, okay. So everyone are in agreement with that statement. Now, the reason that it's a great profession is this: structural engineers improve the life of others. Structural engineering is an art if you know really well. Yeah. Structural engineering is easy. How many of you agree with the last statement? Structural engineering is easy. How many of you agree with that? Is there anybody who disagrees? You can disagree, no problems. If you disagree, you disagree. So Darshan says no. Okay. Wafia says no. Uh, Abdu says really no. Okay. So there is a mixed opinion. Some are saying yes, some are saying not that easy. Yeah. Okay. So my opinion is that structural engineering is easy, provided you know how to learn what to learn. Yeah, structural engineering has a few principles. If you get that right, then it's going to be easy. And you need to use this tools in a smart way. It's a blend of using tools and your structural knowledge. So there are a few principles that you need to master. Once you know that, then structures are very easy to execute. So learning outcome, what and how. This is our main agenda today. Okay. How we achieve a learning outcome, what mindset you need to have to achieve that. I will tell you a lot of, I will ask you questions. I will discuss some case studies and then of students. Okay. It's not technical today. And let's arrive at that mindset for achieving that particular outcome. Okay. So we'll look at the agenda. It is general mistakes engineers make while trying to shift, how to break into top 5% learners who produce an outcome, who get an outcome rather. Proven strategies to shift to structures which works for my students. And I will be also showcasing my mentoring program for those who are interested towards the last. And I will also take your questions on your career and related topic or on the learning part. So that's our agenda today. I'm not sure how much time I would take, mostly 1 hour plus. And then Q&A. May not be 1 hour, 45 minutes. If you can dedicate that would be great. So now this webinar is for civil engineers and who are struggling in learning outcome. Those who are not getting a learning outcome, those who have tried learning and who are not getting that learning outcome, and then who are lacking that strategy for learning, and who are motivated to be the best instructors, and who are ready to invest time for your learning. If you think that you don't suit in this, if you are not a civil engineer, maybe this is not the right place for you. And if you are not struggling in learning, you are extremely doing well in your learning, and you have all strategies with you for learning, then maybe this is not needed for you. This is for people who are really wanting to have that strategy, to know that mindset that will help you to achieve that learning outcome, who are motivated to be the best. If you are a compromiser, please don't wait here. It's not going to be helpful for you. I am looking for people who are really motivated to learn, who are wanting to learn non-compromised engineering, and who are willing to practice that. If you are somebody who is looking at shortcuts, please, this is not the right place for you to be in. And people who have time to invest, you have time, that's why you have come here. And this webinar is going to be slightly different. As I told you, it's a mindset related. It's not exactly anything on technical. I will be revealing the steps that you need to take to succeed in your shifting to structural engineering. And these are exact steps that I have followed in my career, plus my students are following in my mentoring. And these are evolved from the pain and struggle other engineers have told me. So it's not something which I'm just delivering here. It's something based on my experience, based on what students tell me, what I have seen as a student in the past. And at the end of the webinar, you will discover the best method that works. I will showcase my program. So stay tuned. You will get an exclusive offer. If you are new to my webinar, then or to my group, then you will discover this to be extremely different. And those who have already seen this, you will get an exclusive offer. So you tell me, how many of you here are first time attending any of my live session? Say yes if you are a beginner, or say beginner, or say B if you are a beginner, or you are the first timer. If you have attended in the past, say I have attended, or say attended, whatever, to convey that. So most are first timers. Some are attended. Sri says first time. Okay. So many are, Shanu is attended. I know you. I think if I know the person, admin attended. Okay. So there is a mix of people here also. Some have attended, some have not attended. That's a good mix again. Okay, so a little bit about me, since many are new to me, many have not known me much. So I'm giving you a little brief about myself. My name is Premjit. I'm a co-founder of CivilEra. Me and my wife, we co-founded CivilEra in 2015, so it has been 10 years. And I am a structural consultant with 25 years of experience. And I worked with many companies like Sterling Engineering Consulting, if you know, they are in Bangalore, and Atkins, and many more local and international companies based in India and abroad. Totally, I have about 25, 26 years of experience in consulting, mostly into building structures and underground metro systems. So that's my expertise, and you can connect me on LinkedIn. Some of you might have already connected with me on LinkedIn. Those who are new to me, who have not known much, maybe you can connect me on LinkedIn because I post daily there, giving insights on various structural aspects. You can search Premjit Vasudevan in LinkedIn. You will get me. A little on my journey. Again, I'm telling you this journey only to let you know that structures is easy. Yeah, there is nothing different for you or a beginner to be scared of or to feel like structures is a big thing. I'm a normal fellow. Yeah, so that will be proven by my journey when I explain my journey. Yeah, there is nothing rocket science in structures. Only thing is that you need to have the right mindset, right aptitude and attitude, and the skill to master some of the basics. If you are done, you can be that also. Time and experience will take you to a great place. Yeah, so feel very much confident and very much be sure that it's an easy thing to do, provided you know how to do that. Okay, so I started in site. Okay, just like many of you. Tell me, how many of you have started your journey in a site doing odd jobs? Say yes if you have started doing side jobs, odd jobs. I mean, side job is good, but then sometimes it ends up like a odd job. So tell yes if you started off in a very odd job where you are not learning much. If you are not in that situation, say no. Yeah, so that I know how many of you are in this. Gurjeet say no. So yeah, some are lucky to be in a good role, some are not lucky to be in a good role. So there is a mix of yes and no here. Great. Uh, okay, Wasifa also says it's a desk job, but then no much growth. Okay, all right. Okay, so there's a mix of engineers there. Okay, so I also started off as a site engineer. Again, site engineering is good, but then when it becomes only some labor management and material management, it becomes uneasy and repetitive. Yeah, so I left it because it was not interesting. It was not adding any experience to me. I left that job immediately. Not much. Then I transformed into design with the right learning. Now, when I say right learning, I struggle to get the right learning. Yeah, so 2000, that's the time when I started working, and the online systems were not much established. So there was a struggle to learn in the right way. I have wasted money doing wrong training and all that. So I know how difficult it is to get the right learning. But now there are a lot of opportunities to learn. I started my freelance after some time, but then I did start it exactly when I knew that yeah, I'm good enough to start. I didn't wait for anything, thinking okay, I may fail, I may not get that. Will I have time? No, I started my freelance the moment I'm very sure that I can do that. Yeah, so that was something which helped me. So the decision making, I'm talking about the decision making, the importance of decision making in a career success. Yeah, so in order to become a consultant, or in order to become successful in your own venture, it's always good if you start early. At least you start doing that efforts early. Yeah, so you need to know how to go about that. You need to take decisions at the right time. It's very important. And I worked on my weakness every day. Yeah, and mastered one thing at a time. This is also very important. If you don't know something, you should work upon that. Yeah, you will get to know. I'm very sure that you will get to know if you are weak in something. Yeah, if somebody tells you, you should seriously take that and keep working on that. And one thing at a time. Many engineers feel like I want to get that. I want steel design. I want RC design. I want bridge design. It won't work that way. Take one thing at a time. And how do you choose the best thing to do? Who can tell me? How do you choose what you have to learn? First is your interest. Don't look at anything else. What is your interest? If you are best, if you are good at that, you are always going to do good. Yeah, so don't think what others are doing, or what is the market trend or whatever. Yeah, if somebody tells you go and learn BIM, no, that's not something something which you should do. Yeah, do you like that? You inquire if you don't know what is that, and then find that out. And if it's interesting, yes, that's the first priority. Second priority, of course, yes, the demand and the salaries and whatever you can achieve with that particular career. Yeah, so you need to learn one thing at a time, and you should choose that based on what you have to become, and keep a high rate of learning. It's not like I will learn it in 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. Yeah, sometimes it will take that much of time, but then you need to evaluate, are you learning every day? If you are every day going to your office and coming back without learning anything, maybe that's not the right place. Maybe that you can continue there, but then you need to think about shifting also. Yeah. Now, what I do right now, I enable clients to build what they want. I offer structural consulting services. I enable engineers like you to set up on or shift to structures. Yeah, I teach, I share knowledge and offer programs. And I propagate structures with ethics and confidence. I'm stating this only to make you aware the importance of being ethical and being confident when you propagate structures. Yeah, there are a lot of compromises. Some of you are aware about the industry compromise requirements. Yeah, people compromise on a lot of factors. Yeah, people ask for 150 millimeter column size. So many things do happen. Yeah, so it's very important that you don't lose your ethics and do whatever the client or others ask you. So how many of you believe in ethical consulting and providing really good solutions? Say yes if you are motivated to become a real good structural engineer. Say no if you think like, okay, code is all very much not it's there, but then it's not required. I can do whatever the structure is standing. Yeah, so say yes if you believe in ethical consulting. Yeah, I can see quite a lot of yes. No, no, so far. Yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead. I will also tell you my initial struggles, only to let you know that all of us are humans and everyone makes errors, and it's okay to make mistakes, but then it's very important to learn from the mistakes. Yeah. As I told you, I started doing an odd job at site. I never knew like it's an odd job. I accepted for the sake of the job and ended up quitting it soon. I lost money and time learning wrong things. Yeah, many people told me learn from an institute, do that, do this, learn Staad, learn AutoCAD first, then Staad, then other things. Yeah, I have also done that. Yeah, I've lost my time and money over that. I have attended interviews and I have failed as well. Yeah, it's not that every time I cracked the interview and I could get into a job as and when I needed. But luck was always in my favor. That's a different thing altogether. But then I have failed interviews. Yeah. Employers has asked me for experience. Yeah. Many have told me, yeah, you look okay, but then you don't carry an experience. Yeah. At that time, I blamed employers, seniors, and the industry as such. Yeah, many of you might have done this. So, how many of you have done this particular thing, blaming the interviewer, the employers, the seniors, and the industry as such? So, how many of you have blamed for your situation or for not getting a real great job that you're looking for, or when somebody rejected you? How many of you have blamed the industry? Say yes if you have done that. Say no if you haven't done that ever. Say yes if you have blamed. Say no if you have never blamed the industry. Audio is poor. Is the audio poor right now? Is it okay? Okay, so many have blamed, many have not blamed. Okay, okay. So again, there is also a mix of answer. Okay. I also have tried to freelance sometime and failed initially, but then I made up. I succeeded there. All my friends went to Gulf. I could not, and I was disappointed. Yeah. So that's how the struggle is. Yeah. Everybody might struggle. Somebody are lucky enough not to struggle at all. Now, why I started CivilEra? Exactly because of all this. Yeah, I have myself struggled as a learner years back, so I know the pain of learning. If you don't get the right way of learning, if you don't get the right method of learning, I know people lose money, people lose time, people get frustrated. So that's one reason that I started CivilEra. And then I wanted to share my experience, and I also saw a lack of skills in engineers. We started off in 2015 as consulting engineers. Me and my wife, both of us are structural engineers. She was an assistant professor. And when we started, we realized like, yeah, college is producing people who are not very efficient. And when we started looking for some support from junior engineers, there weren't much people who are really skilled enough. So we felt like there is a lot of lack of skills, and we also saw another aspect. Yeah, one is that we saw a lot of lack of skills. Second thing is that we saw a lot of capable engineers, but then they are not getting the right opportunity. There are a lot of capable MTech, BTech with real good marks. Yeah, but then they are doing odd jobs. So we wanted to offer a unique program so that two purposes are served. One is that we skill up engineers. Second is that those who are capable and struggling, they get an opportunity to learn the best things. Yeah, so this is the reason we started CivilEra. So one more thing, can you tell me how many of you here are either BE, BTech with more than 70% marks, or MTech with reasonable score? So how many of you are falling in this category? Say yes. Be honest, no problem. If you are having 70% plus in your BE, or if you have your MTech, then say yes. If no, it's no. That's okay. So a lot of yes. That's great. Nazi, Sumit. So that means there are a lot of people in this category, those who are capable, but then maybe uh, uh, not into a great profession. Yeah. So great. Okay. Again, there is a mix. A lot of you are saying yes. Okay, so CivilEra, we have been 10 years doing training and development, helping engineers to get a learning outcome. Yeah, we are very much particular that you get a learning outcome, and that's the reason many times when you ask me for programs, I tell you, see a video, come then discuss with me. Yeah, so how many of you have attended a call with me or discussed with me about the program? And I told you, please see the video and come back to me for a discussion. It's not for anything else, only to ensure that you will be benefited out of the program. Yeah. So is there anybody who spoke to me before? Say yes if you have, say no if you haven't. Okay, so many are, again, there is a mix of yes and no. Okay. So I have listened to engineers. When I speak to people, I speak to 5 engineers a day, and I attend a lot of webinars like this. People speak to me. So I understand their confusion, their problems, yeah, and try to solve them. And this is my input. All your confusion and problems are my input for developing my program. And my program is an evolved program. It is tested and iterated a lot of times. Yeah, because 10 years we have been doing this. So the 10th year, what we have tested and iterated over the last 10 years is included in the current content, the method, in the sequence and everything. The way we curate content, everything is dependent on this. So that's why I speak to a lot of engineers. And now it's like I can understand engineers by speaking to them. Yeah, the quality, the attitude, the aptitude, everything I can make out 99% accurate, because I've spoken to um, uh, 10,000 to lakhs of people. Yeah, so I understand people in a few minutes of conversation. Now, what is the outcome that we are looking at? Yeah, or you should be looking at. Yeah. So it should be the ability to play with structures. It should not be to just get money, get job. Yes. But then you should be able to play with structures. You need to know how structure behaves. You should be using smart tools. I will tell you, I will come back to the reason why I say this. Yeah, you should use smart tools. Without smart tools, you cannot survive, or you cannot do the current projects. Yeah, you need tools. If somebody tells you everything you need to do manually, it's not humanly possible. Yeah, so what you have to do is employ a mix of both. Yeah, I will elaborate this later. And this is very much important in the AI times. How many of you believe that multidisciplinary understanding is great? You need to know a bit about other disciplines. Yeah, this is very much required for your, uh, uh, or if you have to do really well during Or you can stand out if you have multi-D understanding in the AI world. Yeah, maybe in the next 1 year, 2 year, if you have a great multidisciplinary understanding, you are going to stand out. Yeah. If you want to know why, please see my previous webinar on AI. Yeah, I have explained why I say that. You should be able to foresee revisions and avoid rework. You should be able to find out ideal clients for you, and they should be paying you as well, right? Yeah, so it's not just about technical, that's one part. You have many more part for being successful. You should be doing meaningful projects. There is no meaning in doing something odd design works. Yeah, you should do meaningful projects that add value and scope for your client. Yeah, so how you can add value and scope? By using your technical understanding. Now, if you want to do justice to your project, you need to do technical things. And if you have to do that, you also need to get paid because you need to spend time. You need to use the best tools. Yeah. So doing odd jobs, even if it's design, if it's an odd job, you will not be able to do justice. Yeah. So that's very important. You find your ideal client and meaningful projects and use these tools, spend money and use smart tools and give the result. Okay. And you should be working smart. You should be adopting the right automation and process. If you don't have this, you end up doing rework. You end up doing things which you should not be doing. Yeah. So all this put together is your outcome. Basically, you should enjoy your work. You should get paid. You should do justice. You should do ethical consulting. Yeah. At the same time, you should get the right amount of fee as well. Yeah. Otherwise, there is no fun, right? Okay. So I'm showing you a pyramid of success. Again, this is related to learning. Okay. There are 5 types of learners. There are many more types of learners, but I have classified learners into 5 types. Okay. Now, 50% falls here. They believe that they don't need anything more. I have done my MTech, so now I need job. Yeah. I have studied everything. I don't have to improve. I know everything. 50% things like that. Okay, let me hunt job. If I'm not getting job, complain. Yeah, so that's the mindset. No, it won't work. Then another 20%, the remaining 50, another 20% things like, okay, software knowledge will do wonders. I will learn Primavera, I will learn Staad, I will learn ETABS, I will learn AutoCAD, I will learn 3D, I will learn Tekla, BIM. Yeah, that's great. No. Yeah, so that made 80%. Another 15%, they start learning, but all the wrong things or in the wrong way. They will get into an institute, start learning something, they don't get the outcome. Now, another 10%, they plan proper learning, but due to some reason, they don't complete that. I'm busy, I'm not getting time. Yeah, 10% comes here. Yeah, they are good, but then they don't have that last mile connectivity. You say, no, I have a metro in the city, but then there is no last mile connectivity. They are not reaching here. They are almost there. They don't spend time. They have done everything up to that perfect. They are not getting here. Yeah, so the 5%, the last 5%, they execute and learn. Yeah, this is a fact. How many of you agree that this is a fact? That only 5% of engineers finish a learning and get that outcome. Yeah, it may be your problem, it may be somebody else's problem, it may be a trainer's problem, it may be the course problem, it may be the method problem, it may be the tools problem, whatever problem. You don't get result means there is no use of that particular program. Yeah, many reach here. Yeah, but then they don't get here. That's where accountability, a group learning, a community is going to help. Yeah, a mentor guiding you. Yeah, so from here you are pushed here, or from here you are pushed here. Yeah, so that's where the outcome comes in. Maybe many of you are not here. Yeah, you are here in the webinar today or in the workshop today because you are not here. You are somewhere here or here. Yeah, but then from here to push you here, that's an effort. Yeah. So how many of you feel like it's very difficult to reach this 5%? If you think it's easy, say E. If you think that it's difficult, type D. Shanu says E. Great. Then you are very much motivated. Easy or difficult to reach the last 5%? Everyone are saying easy. Tanuja says D. Anand says D. Okay. So let's see how we can go there or why we fall here. Let's see that. Now, in order to tell you the problems, yeah, let me show you a few questions which people ask me. I'm sorry if you are one among the person who has asked me this question. No offense. Okay. I'm going to show you some questions I generally get from engineers. Okay. Many times um, um from fresh engineers, many times from experienced. Can I finish the course in 1 month? I have 1 month's time. I want to do a 10 floor building in 1 month. I want to learn ETABS. Yeah. So, what do you think? Is it possible that you can finish learning like this, a structural design learning in 1 month? You should never expect that. Yeah, you can maybe have a core learning for 1 month, but then that doesn't give you enough time for uh, finishing that. Yeah, so that's not a right question at all. Your mindset or your idea or your understanding is wrong. You need to have some time in order to finish the course. 1 month is not good enough. Let me show you another question. I want to learn Staad, ETABS, and Civil 3D. What is the problem here? One thing is that you are focusing on a tool. Yeah, focusing only on a tool is not going to be giving you any result. Second thing is that Staad and ETABS are for same thing. Yeah, it's like uh, uh, and you are not looking at the outcome. What is that Staad is going to give you? In Staad, using Staad, you can do multiple things. Using ETABS, you can do multiple things. Yeah. What is that you want to do using this? Nobody is asking me that. Yeah. And Staad and ETABS, it's like, say you have a Nokia phone, you have a iPhone. Yeah, you are using phone for calling people and to send WhatsApp to communicate to. It's a smartphone. Yeah, both are doing the job. One is smart, one is not. Yeah, so you are asking, or the person is asking, I want to learn these all at the same time and Civil 3D. Now, what is the problem here? This tool is used for something else. So he has not planned what you want to be. Yeah, if you have decided what you want to be, maybe either one of this is needed. Yeah, all may not be needed at the same time. Another, this is quite frequent. Yeah, many of you might have asked me, those who have asked me. Yeah, I want to learn RCC, I want to learn steel, I want to learn flat slab, I want to learn bridge, I want to learn PT slab, I want to learn metro systems, all in 2 months, 3 months. What is going to happen? You are going to consume a lot of things and you are going to fail terribly. So how many of you have done this, trying to learn multiple things at the same time, or wanting to learn? At least say yes if you have tried or you wanted to have all this in quick time. Shadab says yes. Many are saying yes. Yeah. So see, the problem is you will neither be here nor be here. Yeah. So what I want to tell you is that structural engineering is an ocean. Yeah. What you need to develop if you are a beginner is to build that ability to improvise. Yeah. Once you learn a few things, automatically you will get that ability to ideate, idealize, and improvise. Yeah, so you need to be in that stage as soon as possible. That's the first requirement. So focus on that. And in India, RCC presents a great opportunity. A lot of job roles and a lot of opportunities exist here. I'm not saying other places, other things doesn't have that. It has. RCC buildings has a lot of opportunities. And if you learn this, many other things are going to be simple for you. Maybe PT, maybe flat slab. All these are not a big deal. Yeah. In the process, you will automatically build ability to um, learn that. Yeah, so your idea should be to build that ability to continue your learning. Rest of the things will come to you in a career, in your career. Nobody has learned everything in 1 year. Okay, if somebody is able to do all of this, they might have years of experience doing projects in this sector, in different sectors. Yeah, so it will come to you also. Yeah, but give it a time. Don't expect everything to come to you in one training or in one job. Yeah, I'm just taking a very simple bridge or a flyover or whatever you call it. Yeah, it's just an image, just for representation. I'm taking this. I'm just trying to communicate that this ability is what you need to build. See, this is a assume that this is a flyover. What is the difference between a flyover and a bridge? There are many differences, but then see, you have columns. Probably these columns are long span compared to buildings, so the column sizes will be higher. The height of the bridge or the deck, I mean, the bridge or flyover will be higher. So obviously the column sizes are going to be higher. It might be circular, yeah, something like that. Then you have a cantilever, yeah, a cantilever beam, and you might have a secondary beam, and then you might have a deck slab. So that's all bridge or flyover is. There are a lot of things. Okay, I'm not saying it's any lesser to a building or anything of that sort. But what I'm trying to tell you is the structural principles you can idealize if you know the structural basics. Yeah. But then you need experience to be a bridge engineer. That's a different thing. I'm not denying that. But then there will be a lot of specific nitty-gritty related to uh, bridges. You will have to master that in order to become a bridge engineer. But then all the basic concepts possibly remains the same. Yeah, so you will be able to idealize things in this manner if you have good structural understanding. And believe me, buildings present you a lot of complications because it has multiple load paths. See, you have a single line of columns here, but in buildings there are a lot of things which are interacting with each other. You have a height, so there will be a lot of torsion in the building due to lateral loads and all that. So there will be a bit more idealization and bit more understanding of concepts that is going to be there in building structures. Yeah, but when you have to do a bridge, yes, you have to master specific tools for that. You have to master specific nitty-gritties for that, bearing and various things. Yeah, but you can master that over a period of time. Idea should be to develop this ability to improvise and understand and conceptualize things. Yeah, so that's where you need to spend your time and effort. This is another serious question that I got from a beginner. Yeah, I want to learn backstay effect. He had attended some interview or he had attended something on the web, some webinar by somebody. Yeah, and that day that person was talking about backstay effect, and this guy wanted to learn that. And I asked this person, what do you mean by a simply supported beam? Please explain it to me as much as you know. And this person was not able to explain me what is a simply supported beam structurally, conceptually. Yeah. So you should not be looking at designing a Burj Khalifa when you have not put together a small building. Okay, backstay effect. My idea is not to get into what it is right now, but it's something which is relevant for a multi-tower structure where you have multiple structures, multiple towers, and it's connected by a podium and all that. Yeah. So it's not time for somebody who don't have put together, who has not put together a three-floor building to think about all this. Yeah, you can do this. You will reach there, but not right now. Yeah, so if you are in a stage where you are beginning off, or if you have not done enough number of high-rise buildings to master that, then maybe it's not time for you to think about something like that. Maybe you will only get confused. Yeah, so this is what I mean by right frame of mind, right way of thinking, right attitude. Yeah, if you don't have that, you are likely to lose. Okay, so think what you are thinking. Yeah, ask your seniors about your decisions and about your thinking. So many lack conceptual clarity. Yeah, that is the reason for not able to complete learning or not able to even think about shifting, or when you think it's difficult because you don't have conceptual clarity. You are relying more on software, absence of structural learning, a structured learning path. Yeah, you are learning in bits and pieces. One day you get slab, next day you will get something else. Yeah, you are not having that structured way of learning. You are You have poor understanding of structural scheming. Yeah, how do you scheme up? How do you decide the column position, orientation, shear wall locations? Is the building in torsion? These kind of things. Yeah, you have poor understanding about the scheming. You have been ignoring stability and serviceability. Yeah, this is a very important aspect. Many engineers, even experienced, they are looking at, say, uh, the reinforcement required for a beams, reinforcement required in a footing, the sizes of that, when the structure itself is not stable. Yeah, what is the use of having strength for the building? So stability is something which is ignored often. Serviceability is many times ignored. So you need to have an understanding on all this to become a good structural engineer. Lack of exposure to real projects, many don't do this. Yeah, they learn but then they don't do real projects. uh, and very very unclear on codes and standards and interpreting them. See, interpreting code is an art. How many of you believe that is codes should have been written much simpler? I believe it should have been much simpler, but fortunately I have that idea of interpreting that. Maybe that I developed it over a period of time. Yeah, but then everyone are not finding it so easy to interpret is codes or any code for that matter. It's in a very complicated English man's language. Yeah, we are speaking English, but then we are not Englishmen, right? I mean, so maybe that the language that used in codes can be a bit more simpler. It need not be like a Britain speaking English, right? But then unfortunately or fortunately, it is like that. So many think, okay, Gurjeet says yes, true. Yeah. Anyway, so you need to have that idea on how to interpret codes. Yeah. And another thing is poor mentorship and method. You don't have a method of learning. What will happen? You will fall in that last category. Yeah, you should have a method for learning. You need to know how to do that. Then no practice in documentation. See, drawing is everything. Whatever you say, yeah, you are an analysis specialist. I know ETABS. Until and unless you can put together as a drawing, the information needs to be passed to the site and they need to build that. So if you are not good at that, then you are not good at all. Yeah, so everything put together makes you a good structural engineer. And if you have confusion or lack of clarity on any of these, then you are likely to fall behind. Another kind of mistakes. Yeah, I spoke about some kind of mistakes. Procrastination. You keep on thinking, okay, I will do it tomorrow. Yeah, I know I need to learn. Yeah, I know I need to shift. I will take that decision tomorrow. Yeah, let me finish this. Let me finish one more month learning what I'm doing right now. Let me see next week. I may be free with the completion of the project. Then your boss will put you to the next site. Yeah, so this is something which I've seen. I have students calling me after 3 years. Yeah, 3 years before they might have called me and discussed and said, okay, I'm going to take a decision and I'm going to shift. 3 years later, they are calling me again saying that, okay, I got stuck that day. Right now, I'm again thinking about taking this program. Yeah, this is not going to let you grow at all. You need to take decision. If you have decided, yes, you have to move on. Yeah, so that ability makes or break your career. How many of you agree that if you delay your decision to progress, how many of you have been in that situation? Say yes if you have been in that situation where you had to take a decision, let it be any decision. You didn't take that decision and you ended up losing something or wasting years of time regretting about that. If you had taken that decision, you would have completed something. Yeah. So all are saying yes. Is there any no here? If you are saying no, then you are a great decision maker. I have been in this stage many times. Even now, sometimes in business also, you have to take a lot of decisions like scaling. Yeah, so many decisions you have to take. Sometimes I'm unable to do it. Shadab says I'm in that situation now. Yeah, don't be in that situation. If you need help, message me. Never stay in your comfort zone thinking like, okay, you know that, okay, everything is going to change. AI is going to replace your job. Yeah, not everybody's job. Yeah, some kind of jobs are going to be affected. every job is going to be affected, but then don't be scared that everyone is going to lose the job and all that. Nothing is of that sort. But staying in comfort zone without improving your skills, maybe that is a great mistake. Yeah. And wrong mindset is the most worst mistake. Yeah. Even sometimes you may not know that you are having a wrong attitude and a mindset. Yeah. Many people sometimes uh, have a very wrong mindset, bad attitude, and feel like, okay, I'm doing it right, the other person is wrong. Yeah. So you need to get out of that mindset. How do you get out of that wrong mindset and attitude? Listen to others. If somebody tells you a complaint, take it seriously. Yeah. And introspect, think about yourself. Are you doing it wrong? Maybe that you are feeling like the other person is wrong. Yeah, but then maybe many times you may be wrong. Yeah. So have an open mind, introspect yourself. Yeah. Correct your mindset problems if you have, and improve your own. Okay. So now how you can succeed? We have been talking about negative things now. Let's see how we can succeed. Yeah. This is a last year report which came in the Times, or Indian Express rather. Yeah. So I've just put it here for that uh, discussion. Okay. So here you can see, keep distractions at bay while learning online. Yeah. Now this is university study, and it says that environment planning and time management, active engagement, technology and tools. Yeah. And they believe that online learning is much better because of the advancement in technology and tools, and personal well-being. All these are important for your learning success. Let me show you more. And implementation of study techniques is the real key. Yeah, nothing else. Yeah, how do you implement your study technique? How well structured your program is, how you are doing that learning is what makes you successful. Yeah, so this is the result of a Texas university study involving 300 students. Now it says it's comparing, see, you can see here, bottom 10%, that is, they are comparing top 10 percentage of students, and bottom 10 percentage students, and average students. Now the top 10 percentage, they are in this right hand side thing. So they have reviewed notes. They would review the material thoroughly. Firstly, you need to have good notes. Yeah, the structured program. And they would review the material thoroughly and all that. The bottom one, they don't do that. Practicing problems, in our case, projects, yeah, or assignments. Uh, they will try to practice problems and revise homework, especially where they made mistakes in their homework. Yeah, we are talking about the top 10. And the other ones, they are not doing it. Flashcards and self-testing, yeah, quizzes, whatever. Yeah, you may think that this is a minor thing, but then the fact is that this is what is going to give you that encouragement to go to the last mile, that push that you need to reach that last 5%. Yeah, so learning with flashcards, notes, taking quiz, doing assignments. Yeah, all these are very important for you to get into that last mile. Yeah, if you are not doing that, you will end up in the bottom 10%. Yeah, I said 5%. Here they are doing it with 10%. Then another thing, how many of you have done your combined study in your B, say final year exam or the semester exam? I didn't do much learning, but then I did combined study, and then I got 80%. How many of you are in that stage who did a combined study with your friends and scored well? You say yes if you have done that. Many are saying yes. Is there any no? Isolated learners? Nobody here? Many are saying yes. Gurjeet says no. Okay, you are an isolated learner, maybe. Yeah, so a lot of yes here. See, studying with a group, the right group, okay? Maybe the last minute study may not be with the right methods, but still you might have succeeded in doing something. But what about a structured learning? If you are doing this group study in a structured manner, this is what we call a community learning or a group learning, where each of you support each other in a systematic way. And it's seen that those who do that uh, are participating more and finishing the program. Yeah, that last mile encouragement you get when you are learning in a group. seeking help when you have a mentor who is going to push you, yeah, who is going to guide you with his experience, that's going to give you that last mile completion ability. Yeah, and then this is very important, using online resources. Yeah, you have a lot of tools that will enable you to keep track, yeah, and progress with your learning. So those who are doing all that are getting success, those who are not doing are falling behind and being in the final in the lowest 10%. So if you have a right method where you use flashcards and cheat sheets like this, yeah, where you are summarizing things, what is a regular geometry, yeah, what is a uniform mass, what is a uniform stiffness, what is the problem, where are the code provisions for that, why do you have to refer that? If everything is summarized beautifully in a cheat sheet, and then when you consume that, it remains on your head. Yeah, it remains on your mind. You will be able to conceptualize things better. So how many of you believe a structured learning with a regular notes and cheat sheets and examples and logical connectivity to structures will help you to achieve an outcome? Say yes if you believe that is going to help you. Say no if you think that these are all not needed. I'm okay with just handwritten notes and just some videos here and there. Naresh says yes. Yoganand says yes. Yes, again, a lot of yes coming in. Okay. So, to summarize, you can succeed if you take timely decisions, if you keep a high rate of learning, you work systematically, if you work smartly, is very important. Right tools, no overuse of tools, but then right tools in the smartest way. Take help from a senior if needed. Yeah, while learning, it could be a senior who is a mentor. Yeah, be in good network, in a community learning. All these are going to encourage you to finish off the last mile. Yeah. Now, many have this general confusion. Can I shift from site to structures? Is there any benefit if I continue in site after learning some structures? Can I do it? Is it not tough? Let me do, let me try it myself. All these are possible, but then if you try yourself, it will take some time. Yeah, can I do it? I told you it's an easy thing, but then you need to have time. You need to have that mindset. If you are willing to invest time to develop that mindset and that ability, then definitely you are going to be able to learn structures. And if you learn structures, if you are a site engineer or a project manager or an architect or a civil engineer, then you get that confidence to build really well. Yeah. So learning is never going to be useless until and unless you really misuse that. Yeah. Now, how to continue your learning? You can do it on your own by adopting the principles that I told you, but then you need to have real smart way to find those methods and all that cheat sheets and the way that needs to be structured and all that. Now, in order to help you out, I will just showcase my program for 5 minutes, and then I will show you some case studies of my students so that you can see if that method that that they used to shift to structures will work for you. I will showcase their credentials, their working place, everything, so that you can check out if that works for you as well. Yeah, but 5 minutes, let me show you the program. Those who like to see the program can see that. So this is a 90 to 180 days program where you will be mentored on structural aspects on high-rise buildings. Yeah, so here what I'm doing is I'm splitting the program into three parts: technical mastery, real project, and job skills and consulting skills. Those who are wanting jobs, they will focus on job skills. Those who are wanting to consult, they focus on consulting skills. So basically, from your beginner level or your current intermediate level, you are going to travel along with my help with live classes and videos, everything in a structured manner. I'm not discussing the structure here. Those who are interested can get back to me. So here you will learn structural basics, you will learn software, smart software, okay? And you will do all the detailing, result interpretation and progress. You will learn about multi-D coordination. You learn about advanced analysis and design. This makes you different from normal engineers. And you do real projects, then you progress and get into diversifying your career and business, how to crack interviews, how to deliver your projects, yeah, and you build your career or business, whatever. Yeah, how do you start up, what are the registrations, what are the domain registrations, how do you take your business online. Yeah, so basically you travel from point zero to the last point, studying whatever is required. I am not elaborating, I am not micro explaining everything in this aspect. It's not required. Everything needed for a high rise building is going to be covered in this technical part. And every mindset and every consulting aspect, how to win client, everything, all that kind of things are going to be covered here in this path. Yeah, so it's going to be a rigorous mentoring, but most important is your participation than anything else. Yeah, I will help you to develop that mindset. And just as I told you, I've split everything meticulously into different streams, and you will get videos and live classes pertaining to these. Yeah, all the things, scheming, everything is planned for you. Yeah, you don't have to think about anything. Again, I'm not micro explaining it. Everything is done already for you, and it has been working really well for my students for the last so many years. Yeah, so real projects are there, and you are also going to have job skills. So whatever is needed for that, how do you what are the options available, how do you crack your interviews, what are the career building formula, everything is going to be planned out if you are looking for job. And for consulting, how do you diversify your business, how do you take it online, how do you start up, what are the things needed for domain registrations, how do you deliver your projects, how do you manage your drawing delivery, revision numbers, all that is going to be covered. um, I will also showcase a few engineers who have worked with me, who have trained with me, and are in real good position right now. And I'm just telling you this in order to make you aware that from interiors also you can go to structures, provided you have the right mindset, right learning, and the right luck also is needed, of course. If everything comes together, you can be a structural engineer. So right now, Yadu, he was one of my most successful engineers, and he's right now working with Optimal Consultancy, which is a real good consulting firm in Bangalore, and doing very very complicated projects, very high rise buildings, based in India and out of India. Yeah, you can find him in LinkedIn if you want to. You can Google, and I mean you can search and find. Many of you who are in LinkedIn might have seen him. He's a very active person in LinkedIn. Ahmed, he was one of my earliest student, and right now he works with WPM. He's a senior engineer right now. He did the program with me very long back, and at that point in time, he was a junior engineer trying to get into a good design role. And of late, he got into WPM, and he's working there for years. Yeah, and he's a senior engineer there, helping out a lot of youngsters to progress. Danya, he is a structural engineer, and you can see what I've written here. She was having experience in coordination, and later on, she wanted to move to structures. At that point in time, she had a lot of career gap, and then she moved to structures. She right now works with Bureau Hapol in Hyderabad. Yeah, so you can Google Bureau Hapol to understand how big that firm is, and with a lot of 10 years experience in some other sector and with a career gap, she is able to get into such a company. And you can see what she writes to me after getting that job. Yeah, this is a moment when enabler becomes really really happy. You can read that. So our vision is to enable engineers like this. It's not that we place everybody, we cannot do that, but then many are getting on their own without even our recommendations or anything like that, because that's the way they are able to perform in the interviews and things like that. And many we do help, but then it's not that everybody are placed by us. This is another engineer again, Ninu. She had some very minor experience, 1 to 2 years of experience in a smaller firm, and Later, after the program, she was placed in the same firm where Yadu is working, that is Optimal. And then she now moved to Pinnacle Consultants. She's doing really good there as well. So again, it's from a smaller firm, a career gap, and then to structures. So I want to convey to the ladies, women in this room, that it's quite possible, even if you are into a different job, with your dedication, with your learning, it's possible that you can get into a company like this if you are really working towards that. Siddharth, he is a very old student of mine. Uh, he had his BTech and then MBA in management, and then he wanted to start his own construction company. His idea of learning structures was to design, say, mid-rise buildings his own, and then start his own builder firm in a very, very professional manner. So he's doing good. He's in South Bangalore. He's doing well. He's doing his own construction, mid-rise buildings, 5 to 6 floor buildings. He's doing all things are done in-house. He's doing well as well. Venkatesh, he's a assistant professor. He was firstly into teaching, and then he went to site, and then he's doing his own right now. Yeah, so he's in a small town in Tamil Nadu, and I think Ramanathapuram. Yeah, and he's doing really well as a consultant. They're doing medium projects to large projects. He's a real smart chap, and he's another successful student. And you can see a lot of WhatsApp chat coming in, those who get into good companies messaging me. And all these are examples that if you are really motivated and if you are really planned, you will be able to succeed. My uh, idea of showing you this is only to showcase that people are able to do that, provided they have the right mindset, the right skills, and the right attitude and aptitude. Yeah. So if you can develop that, you will be able to do it. And in the program, what you get is a technical mastery, software skills, and you will learn to automate your process as much as possible, ability to play with structures, and ability to manage your business, freelance, or career, whatever you are looking for. So, any engineer willing to follow me can get an outcome in that program, and any engineer willing to spend time can get this. It's a proven system which has worked for me and for my students. Yeah, so uh, I've shown you the method, elaborated method. I'm not explaining it right now. You can ask me if you have any questions later. Okay, so if you want a consulting role, you need to master this, and the way that you need to go about that, I've shown you. You can do it, or if you like the program, there are some offers that I want to give you, and then I will open the forum for questions. Okay, what is the time right now? Okay, it's around 8:50. Okay, so let me take 2 minutes and give you the offer, and then you can ask me questions about the program or about something else that you have confusion on, and I will be happy to explain you. So here comes the program details. Let me first show you what you're going to get. So you're going to get 8 courses in this. Some of that are going to be free for you. Let me show you. Analysis and design of buildings using ETABS. Advanced analysis using ETABS, where all the irregularities, dynamic analysis, all the advanced topics are going to be covered. High-rise buildings. All foundation design you are going to get. Structural detailing using CAD. Revit structures you are going to get. Structural detailing using CSI Detailer, Staad Pro, and Revit architecture. So 8 courses are included in the mentoring. And our live classes are going to focus on the core things. You are going to get manual designs. You are going to get structural concepts. You are going to get sessions on code provisions, consulting practices. Yeah, all these are part of the mentoring. You get additional features like community for discussions, and you will have mobile app for the community and for the course. You will have a quiz. You will have assignments. You will have additional projects. All these are going to be validated when you submit them, and you will be certified, and you will have accountability partners in the program. Yeah, so this is how it is structured, and you will have live classes for your doubts every week, and you will have project classes. You will have separate sessions for structural concepts. You will have consulting accelerator sessions towards the end of the program, where you are wanting to start your own, what are the things to be done. Same thing for interviews, if you are looking for um, um, cracking interviews. And there'll be flexibility of batches, as in, if you are busy with your work, you will get to join our future batches. We will discuss about that if you are keen on that. So this is what you get. And the offer I will tell you towards the end. And let me very quickly show you the way that it is going to be working. It's a hybrid learning. You will have access based learning where you get videos, and you will also have project live classes to supplement your learning. Yeah, so you have live classes for doubt clarification and for doing an extra project. Now you will have an all in one LMS, and you will have module system. When I say all in one LMS, you can post all your doubts there, you can do the videos there. Every communication can happen within that particular LMS. Then you will have a module system wherein you have videos, you have quiz, you have subtopics, you have assignments, you have cheat sheets, blogs, community, weekly live class, and additional software with access. Yeah. And you can test your skills in the quiz. Your assignments will be evaluated. You have code summary and various things related to your learning. Yeah, so this is your uh, access based learning, and whatever doubts you have, you can clarify it in a community. Plus live classes, both are available. And the projects classes, weekly there will be live class for projects. Every 3 to 4 months, new project batch cycle will be there, so you can shift in case if you are busy and you are not able to attend that. And that's how it is structured. Yeah, so you will have flexibility, you will have instant learning. There is no wait time. Yeah, you decide to learn, you start your learning, and you get 100% flexibility as well. Okay, now the offer today, if you are enrolling uh, today or tomorrow, this is what you're going to get. Yeah, so the actual pricing is a lakh for this particular mentoring. It's for 6 months. But then those who are coming in this webinar and taking this up, you will get a very huge discount on the pricing. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to reveal right now. You will get it for 69,000 instead of a lakh. Yeah, 6 months of learning, not 3 months. 6 months of live classes, 2 years of community access and video access for 8 courses is what you're going to get for this pricing. And you will also get personal EMI, and you will also get 24 numbers credit card EMI. So this is the pricing structure for this program, and it's heavily discounted, and there will be a 5 slots reserved for this particular discounted offer. Yeah, so this is what you get if you are joining soon. Now let me also summarize that particular discount for you, or the offer for you. You will get extra certification. So whatever projects you are doing in the program, it will be mentioned in a letter format and given to you, not just a certificate. You will get 3 years access for the content. You will get 2 years community access. Generally, I give it for 1 year. So this will be given 2 years access where you can ask your doubts even after the program is over. I will give you one extra batch in case if you are not able to complete. You will get 3 extra projects. You will get a set of project drawings and 5 free courses. Yeah. So the courses that I told you, 8 courses, 5 of them are given free for you. It's not charged. It's a bonus for you if you are joining in this session. And this pricing also you get. So a lot of offers here. 3 years access, generally it is 1 year. It's a membership. In fact, you are getting 2 year extra access for the course content. You are getting 1 year extra access for the community. You are getting one extra batch for your project batch. You are getting extra projects to do. You are getting a set of drawings and free courses. And 1 lakh is straight away discounted to 69,000, and it's inclusive of GST. No GST, nothing more you pay. This is for 6 months of my live classes. Yeah. And you have flexible payment option as well. So that's all I wanted to tell you about the program. Now, anybody who is wanting to consider this can WhatsApp me in this particular number. I will answer you. I will tell you how we can discuss. I will leave this number on the chat box. Give me 1 second. After that, I will open the session for discussions. Give me 1 second. So those who are keen can WhatsApp me in this number. Okay. And we can discuss. Or you can, if you are in my group, you can pick my number from the group, or you can email me, whatever means you like. But in this number, if you can take a screenshot if you want to, and then communicate with me. And if you have any other questions also, you can ask me, no problems. You can take this number and WhatsApp me. And if you are not in my group, you can WhatsApp me. I will add you to the group. I will share you the group link in case if you are interested to join my group. Okay, so this is the number. You can take a screenshot. I have left it in the chat box as well. You can take it from there. And there are some other courses as well which are not so much pricey, but they'll be self-paced, and course bundles are available. So if you want that, I will share that information with you if you send me a WhatsApp. Yeah, you just need to send me a WhatsApp so that I will share you that. I will very quickly show you that. This is the main program, the mentoring program. And we also have different courses starting from 10,000 and different bundles, which goes up to the mentoring. Yeah, everything will have a discount if you are joining from this webinar. Within today or tomorrow, 5 people will get a discount on this program and on every program. So I'll share this with you, this table with you. If you send me a WhatsApp message, I will discuss with you. Okay, so you can feel free to WhatsApp me or email me, whatever. So right now, that's all I wanted to tell you about this program. Now I will open the forum in case if you want to discuss anything on the program or on any other aspect on your learning, on your career, how you need to plan that, whatever I'm aware of, I'll be happy to share my understanding and knowledge with you. So let me give you that permission to give me a second. Give me 1 sec. Yeah, so now I have given you the permission to pick up the mic. So in case if you have any questions, please feel free to pick the mic and ask me. Anybody? Any questions? You can use the mic.
Sir, will we get the software?
1 second. 1 second. Yeah, please go ahead. I was not using the headphone.
Sir, will we
Yeah.
get the software, sir?
Software you will have to download, but it's all widely available. Yeah, you just do a Google search, you will get it. Yeah. But don't worry about that. It's all available. Somebody is asking what's the maximum number of students. That's nothing related to your learning. Yeah, so that's not something which you will need. More the numbers, the better, because more numbers if you have, you will learn well from others' doubts as well, right? So numbers keeps on varying. Mithilesh is asking, actually, I have completed my MTech in structural last year and currently I'm working on site. and wants to switch in design. So, what's your question? Yeah, please ask me your question, then I can answer you. Pankaj is asking, you are pursuing MTech in nanotechnology. Can it will see? It's all about material and all that. Yeah. So one or the other day, it's a more of research oriented program. Yeah, it will help you. But then, how is it going to shape up? To be honest, I'm not an expert. Yeah, but then yes, definitely it can be put to use. But then it all depends on how research is going to progress and how you are going to make use of that. Sri is asking, mobile application is available in both iOS and Android. Yes, we do have. Any other question, anybody?
Sir, good
Sir,
evening.
good evening, sir.
Yeah, one of you have to leave the mic, one of you can ask. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Sir, I wanted to know what are the timings and the schedule for the classes
Yeah,
that
so
you.
all these minor details, you send me a WhatsApp. I will discuss with you separately. Yeah, it is the timing is at 7:45, like this in the evening. It'll be weekly 2 days, exact days and all that. I will discuss with you for the coming batch. So please send me a WhatsApp. Feel free to send me a WhatsApp message. Yeah, I
Sure,
will
sir.
give you more clarity on the method. Everything I will give you more clarity. We can even have a one-to-one conversation also. Yeah, please leave a message.
Hello,
Yes, Arjun.
sir. I have a doubt, sir. Like
Yeah.
regarding now working in RCC consultancy company, sir. They're doing
Yeah.
projects under buildings, sir. Building structures, sir.
Hmm.
Like example now, like a situation we take a case, sir. Like I'm working for 2 years in RCC, sir.
Hmm.
Then I wanted to learn steel, sir. Then how is how will be the possibility to learn steel structures, sir? Like if I'm going to start a consultancy for the future,
How
then
did you learn? How did you learn RCC? The same way
no,
you
no,
need
sir.
to learn.
Now I'm a beginner, sir. Now I'm a beginner. Like as you told, we need to learn the things earlier, no, sir. So I'm asking this question, sir. Now
Yeah.
only I'm starting my
So
career, sir.
yeah. So once you know how to learn, yeah, you will find your way to learn newer things. See, when we are consulting, also we get new and new challenges in every project. Everything need not be that something which I learned in a real training, or maybe my professor has not taught me, my previous boss has not taught me. Every project, even within RCC, you will have one or the other new challenge. Yeah, it need not be even different material. Even within the same material, you will have new and new challenges coming up in every project. So you develop that ability. Once you know how to go about it, you will improvise and learn on your own. Yeah, you will find a solution. That's what engineering is all about, right? So
Correct,
you
correct, sir.
will, but means it will come to you. Yeah. See, for example, today I've done, say you have done only say one floor building. How will you do a 20 floor building? Yeah, by doing things, automatically it will come to you. Yeah, still you will get that ability to explore, to learn on your own. Yeah.
But the
So
thing is, sir, the company I'm working is been for 20-25 years, sir. Like for them, they are going for another vendor, sir, consultant for doing steel projects, sir. Because
yeah,
they're well
so
versed in RCC, sir. But they
yeah, so
can't take
different,
up. Hmm.
yeah, different
Like then
people will
I'm
have
as an
different
individual, how could
focus.
I learn both this RCC and steel, sir? But this is the main objective for me, sir.
Yeah, so your company has decided that they want to focus on RCC and they don't want to get into steel at all. They are okay to share the revenue when it comes to steel. They are partnering with somebody and getting it done. What is wrong in that? That's how business is done, right? Everybody will
But
not know
then, sir,
everything.
but the I'm asking like as an individual, how could I learn these things? Because as a company they can't do these things, but as an individual, how could I learn the
Yeah. So there are again three ways that you can do that. One is that you take up a training. Second is that with some sound experience of learning, you know how to learn about that, how to
yes,
go
sir.
about that. So when you get a material or when you get a course, you will be in a position to find your way. Yeah. So it is not very much difficult if you have some experience in learning, if you have that aptitude and that method of learning, if you once understand how to go about doing that, you will have that ability to learn. Yeah, every day you are learning, right? I
Yes,
mean,
sir.
right now you may be a beginner, but then say, for example, if I get a new project where I have no expertise, my way of doing is learning it. Yeah. I
Yes,
may
sir.
not prefer to partner with somebody else. I will learn that. So that ability will come to you. That's what I'm telling you. Yeah. But you have to give it a time. It's not that one day when you are a junior, when you are a beginner, catch everything together and try to do everything at the same time. It will not work for you. That's what I'm telling you.
I understood
Later
that you
on,
told to focus on one thing at a time. Focus on one
yeah.
thing at a time, you told, sir.
Yeah. So once you finish the core learning, you get into the next. I didn't say you don't learn steel.
And
Did
the
I say
same
that?
case, same for PT also, sir. They have a
Yeah,
separate
everything
method
is,
of PT.
yeah, everything is like that. You need to learn if you have to do that. But then the
Yes,
point what I'm making is don't try to put your hands on too many things at the same time. That's all I told you.
yes, sir.
Yeah. So if you have more questions, please WhatsApp me. We can discuss.
As because he told
Somebody,
that we need to diversify business, no, sir. As a point you mentioned, like a diversification of business in
yeah.
consulting. As you open
Yeah,
consultancy, we
that
go
that
diversify the
that diversification need not be on material point of view alone. Yeah, there are many more ways that you can diversify business. I'll come to you in a different session on that. Yeah, it's about one skill if you have, diversifying that itself is possible. It's not limited to diversifying with respect to materials. Yeah, I'm talking about diversifying whatever knowledge you have, you can diversify using your one skill set itself. You can diversify your business. I was focusing on that. Yeah, all that details we'll be covering.
yes, sir.
Let me
Thank
take
you.
another question. Yeah,
Hello,
Varun is
sir.
asking. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, please
Can
ask.
you? Yeah, sir. I really appreciate your time. My name is Fahad. I'm based in Kenya, Nairobi.
Okay.
So I have been just seeing your courses and all those things. So I want to ask you that, for example, someone who has a very good time and just very keen on to just study dedicated RCC only, not still and all that thing. In
Okay.
how about 6 months? Is it possible that that person can after 6 months can be in a position that he will just
Yeah.
do
So I'll
consultation, all those things?
yeah, I will come to that. See, 6 months is a good time for you to master a regular building. Yeah, with all the principles that we teach, you will be able to incorporate that. You would have done 2 projects in that time if you have spent enough time. But then, having said that, every project will have its own unique challenges. So there can be situations where you will need a senior's help to take some decisions. It's not like everything you can do on your own. Sometimes the project may be challenging. There might be some site specific issues that might crop up. Yeah, so always you will have to work under somebody for some time in order to 100% get into a consulting. But then say you already carry a lot of site experience where you have been in a project site, being part of the coordination, being part of decision making, you may be aware of a lot of things. Yeah, if that is your situation, maybe that you will be able to do that. Yeah, but then definitely you will need some experience in order to take a lot of decisions. It's not that immediately everybody will not be able to consult. I didn't mean everyone can do that. So it depends on situation to situation, person to person, project to project, and so on. But definitely smaller projects you will be in a position to handle that. But then I will be advising you based on how you progress, and after I know you really well, we'll be communicating. So at that point in time, I will be able to understand you. I will be guiding you with that. And I'll be giving you a 2 years community support where if you have some questions, you can post it and I can clarify that,
Yeah,
even if
thank
it's
you.
your real project. But then again, if you really want to be a real good consultant taking decisions, you will have to work under somebody and then gain a little experience and then do that. But then you can look at options like freelancing for another consultant. Yeah, all these are options. So all that I'll be introducing to you.
Thank you very much. Really appreciate.
Yeah. So you can look at things like working for another consultant as a freelancer. Yeah, even that's your own business, right? It need not be that you always give a service to the end client. Yeah, that's when you are responsible 100%. Yeah, when you are supporting
So,
another consultant as a freelancer.
Yeah, so another question is in this era where like a lot of just AIs, all those things they emerge. So, for example, if I want to take a decision and I don't have much experience, then is in your experience, do you think that even AI can just mimic some or can just give you those options? Is AI just give is it something that we can learn much about it is own without just
Yeah,
work
so
under?
related to that, I've done a different webinar. Please WhatsApp me, I will share that with you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Anyone else, any question? Somebody is asking, Wasim is asking in chat. My concern is here, we will learn to design through software. Will I am able to design in both manual and on software, as I want to be an expert in manual through clear my concept? Yeah. See, Wasim, are you still there? See, there is something that you need to know is, see, everything doing manually may be not really possible. Yeah. Especially in the current era. You can have smart validation techniques. That's all we can have. But you need to know how to design manually. I'll be teaching you that in the program. But then in a realistic situation, it may not be practically feasible to design 100 columns, yeah, for 26 load combinations. So we have to adopt software, even analysis for lateral loads and all that. Humanly, it may not be practically feasible to design it in a real project. But then, what validation techniques you need to use? How do you ensure that your results are fairly correct? All that we will be discussing. But everything doing manually for a real project is something which may not be really possible. Gopi is asking, I have purchased an ETAB course. Is it to join this mentoring program also? I didn't understand your question. Is it to join this mentoring program also? I didn't get your question. My ETABS course, if you are meaning, I have purchased an ETAB course means, is it my program? That is a different program. This is a different program. 3 years
Hello, sir.
access are available for all courses. That is for those who are enrolling from this webinar.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
So I've downloaded CivilEra app,
Okay.
and I was trying to answer this quizzes and all, but it's not letting me go to the next. I mean, scroll. When there are 3 or 4 options, it's getting stuck. Like I can't go to the next page.
I'm not sure. I will have to check that. Maybe a device problem, or maybe that quiz is getting upgraded last week. So I'm not sure if something has uh, uh, got stuck there. So I'll have to check
Okay,
that.
because if there are 2 options, it's going. I get the option for continue, but if there are 4 which is taking up the screen, then I cannot use continue.
Okay, I don't know. You can WhatsApp me with all the screenshots and let me take a look.
Oh, okay, sir. And so in I live in Goa, and
Okay.
we have this ground plus 1, ground plus 2 villas that we do. And when I see some structural engineers giving steel in the end of the beams, the top steel goes 15 centimeter down, and the bottom steel goes 15 centimeter up. So, does this development length?
See,
I
these
mean,
kind of things, we will have a separate webinar. You can send me
oh,
a WhatsApp message. What I will do is
okay,
I will lead you to one or the other content. It's all already available in my site,
yes,
or
I think so. Okay,
yeah.
okay, sir.
So
Okay. Sorry,
yeah, yeah.
sorry, I forgot.
No, it's okay. What I'm
Okay,
trying to tell you is, you WhatsApp
yeah.
me. We can have a
Okay.
different session for that.
Okay.
Or whenever I
Done.
ask in the group for a session, you comment that this is what you want. We will have a separate session on that. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Anybody else? Any questions? Okay, I think I've taken enough questions. I hope all of you have asked whatever they want to. If you have more questions to ask, please feel free to WhatsApp me or email me. One more question has come in the chat, so let me take that. Varun is asking, I have completed my BTech. I want to do structures. Is it okay to do MTech in India or MS in abroad? Which one would you suggest, sir? See, it all depends on you. Yeah, it's not going to depend on anybody else. So if you are uh, going to do it really well, anywhere is fine, but then you have to also find a reasonably good institute where teachers are going to teach you well. So if you are in India, if you are doing it in a reputed institute where the teachers are going to teach you well, and if it's an NIT or IIT or a reputed, well established, really good college, then it's fine. Abroad, again, it all depends on which college and which university and how you are going to do that. Yeah, both are good, but you need to do it in the right way and in the right institute. Again, please WhatsApp me. Let me see if I can guide you with something. Gopi is saying I have purchased from you. No, that is a different course, Gopi. If you want, you can upgrade to this and get all of this. You can WhatsApp me how to upgrade. All that I will tell you. Abdu is asking for starting date and all that. You WhatsApp me. I will guide you with the starting date and everything. Gurjit is asking after 3 years. See, this is not something which I can answer. Yeah. 3 years is what I'm promising you. After that, what happens, nobody knows. 3 years is a very good time for learning. Yeah, you will learn within 3 years. I will make you learn.
Hello.
Don't worry about that. Yeah. Any questions? Somebody was asking. Okay, so let me close the session. I think we have discussed most of the things. So great speaking to all of you. Great communicating with you. Great hearing from some of you. And we will catch up again with another session. Please leave your
Hello.
messages. Yeah, who is this? You can WhatsApp me now. Yeah, whoever was trying to ask that question. So let's catch up later in the next session sometime very soon. My idea is to keep it at least once or twice a month. So if you leave your messages with all your questions in the community, that would help me to understand what kind of topics you are looking for. So great catching up with you. Have a good night and have a great career. See you soon.